Y'all, so this weekend I dug into the deeds of the founders of Hungerford, and let's just say the story's not being told correctly. History is not just about remembering the past, history is protection. When communities forget how control was taken, they can surrender it again easily. Wrapped in another promise of charity, that is literally the Hungerford story, y'all, and we're going to get more into it. The narrative is that the Hungerford family came in and saved the children of Eatonville by donating land for them to be educated. But that's not the full, complete story. Hungerford was actually founded by Mary and Russell Calhoun, who were direct students of Booker T. Washington at Tuskegee Institute. They came to Eatonville to duplicate the Tuskegee model and bring it here. And they named it Hungerford to honor the family's contribution to Eatonville and putting up the first 40 acres of the school. The original deeds show about 338 acres of land. Only 120 of those acres came from the Hungerford family. 80 of those acres came from black landowners, Samuel and Mattie Moseley, for only $1. And then 40 of those acres came from a black lawyer, John T. Shufton, for $125. And 40 came from the Clevelands, who were a white family, for $5. And then 58 more acres came from the Wofford family at market value price of $3,500. And after the original trustees died, without a clear replacement process, the courts appointed their own trustees as successors into the Hungerford Trust. So in 1951, using Cypress, the court transferred 300 acres in the school property to Orange County Public School Board for $16,571. Cypress means as near as possible. It allowed the courts to modify the trust when the original plan became impractical. But the property was supposed to remain close to its original purpose, public school for black students, emphasizing vocational education. But the board's own timeline shows what followed. By 1974, 248 acres remained and restrictions were removed from all but 50 acres. In 1982, 91 acres sold for $1.11 million. In 2008, 5 more sold for $6.4 million. And in 2022, the remaining restrictions were released off the property. So the board paid $16,571 and then made over $7.7 million later in transaction. Now they're saying the final 117 acres are headed to Dr. Phillips Charity. Black founders once disappeared behind a donor's name. Today, another outside charity is presented as the answer, while ownership and self-determination disappear with it. This is how black communities lose land. Court orders, restrictions removed, parcels sold piece by piece, and the history simplified until nobody remembers what was promised. We don't need more charity. We need industry and institutions we control. Look, y'all, we're taking responsibility in our hands to fund a historical, educational, economic, and environmental impact study. Because we cannot protect rights we don't know exist, we have to be able to quantify what has happened to us. We can't do this without the grassroots. Your donation supports the Ville CDC programming and this research. We don't want to participate in any more charity without ownership. No more decisions without the complete history or control of our narrative. Hey, click the link in the bio, y'all. Donate today and we'll keep digging. I'm going to keep doing my part. Y'all do y'all part with me.